Okay, another stupid video. So what should I talk about today, huh? Boys and girls, huh? 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 What shall I talk about? Hello, am I in focus? I'm in focus. Barbara, where's my hot chocolate? It's becoming, other people are saying that now too. Barbara, where's my hot chocolate? Well, we can talk about what? Bend over. No, never mind. Never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. So, radio world. Radio is quite the invention. I like it. As you may know, some of my history. So, as a kid, I was fascinated by radio. I had a first radio transceiver system. Paid $50 for it. It was out of an old mobile telephone. It was a BC Tel communication system. I remember it had 50 peanut vacuum tubes and fit in the trunk of a car, and man, I love that thing. I worked shoveling snow to get a battery for it, 12 volts. Had a lot of fun with that. Got into shortwave radio and build my own transmitters, spark gaps, carbon arc lamps, and all that cool stuff. Made my own hydrogen, gas, and what else? Brag. Oh, shut up. I got into guns and gunsmithing and chemistry and psychology. Because my dad was branch manager for Collier's Encyclopedias on the west coast of Canada, North America, actually. Got a job offering to go to Australia and handle all Australia, but luckily he turned it down. I wouldn't want to go there. Anyway, so I had a complete Google, so to speak, in books in my parents' home. So I could study all these things and actually do them. All such like Who's Who and Who's Who in the Zoo books. All of Mark Twain, all of them, encyclopedias and everything. So that's how I gained a lot of knowledge. Plus, I'd always ask questions from old timers that were into all kinds of cool stuff. So, and as I progressed along in my adventures and that, of course, learned a lot of other things. And wow, my first artillery piece was an M1 90mm anti-aircraft cannon from J.P. Fell Armory, or the 103 Thunderbird Squadron. Air Cadet sold it to Amic Salvage for $200. Some poor guy got killed taking it apart because the bogey down mounts blew. The spring, which, what, about that wide, 1 inch thick, many layers of springs in those things. So I took it from Amic Salvage. They said, you can have it, we can't deal with it. So I took it apart, brought a third of it home. I should have hauled the whole thing, right? But I didn't do that. Why, I don't know. It's totally nuts, I am. And I still, you know, I did get a third of it. You can see some of it on the old news stories I did with Alan Edwards and BCTV, CBC News, CKVU News, and all those things when I got into the Tesla stuff, and people thought it was interesting what I was doing. Anyway, to this day, I'm still trying to find the news story at North Shore News, and my artillery piece, apparently I own it. So, I get responses, but nobody's definite, you know. Anyway, getting into the Tesla stuff, which started basically, well, when I was a kid, but more so in about 1979. Like I studied everything I could about Tesla, replicated most of his stuff. And access to surplus in Vancouver was beyond immense. It was everywhere. Nobody wanted it. It's free stuff. And the books were there, and I met somebody that was promoting a film on Tesla. all the right stuff. And a person that knew Tesla personally had a house full of Tesla stuff. Thomas Lee Richardson, who was friends with Jack Webster, who had tapes that he copied with Jack Webster on the story of Tesla. Anyway, that's where a lot of the missing papers went. If you're always thinking the FBI would be bothered even taking them, I don't think so. That's your stuff. Anyway, and I met Lauren St. Ives, whose great aunt was Tesla's secretary. So anyway, getting into all the electrical stuff and on and on and on and on into machine tools, machinery in general, radio, and many other things. To this day, I'm into machine tools, guns, firearms, electronics, high voltage, and all that stuff. I had to learn a lot about high voltage. I mean, real high voltage, not your typical neon sign transformer, which you characters love playing with. They are fun, but you get into things that weigh up to a couple of tons, it's interesting. Quite interesting. So I'm always learning. On Navy ships, 5 years, 4 warships taught me a lot about naval. And it was all made in America by the AN/FRR, whatever, fill in the blank of other symbols and things. Navy Bureau Ordnance, everything. 3-inch 50s. 40 mm. 3-inch 70s, dual mount. Plus all the electronics, the countermeasure system, the WRL series. Plus vintage electronic warfare radar, all of it, sonar, and brag. Anyway, how long have I been doing this for now? Oh, long upload, 7 minutes. Oh, well, I guess I go a little longer. And I always been a clown. Blah, blah, where's my hot chocolate? And plus, I am got feminine energy in me. So I'm in between. And I'm into life extension forever. I take daily doses of vitamins, lots, and study life extension and biology and all that cool stuff. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up now. And that's just John's bullshit story here. If you want to listen to it or not, I don't care. Got to change the Raven's water. It's getting a little low out there. So get the hose out and clean it out nice and neat and put some minerals in it. And let's hope the world survives this paranoia of you know what. Can't mention it because you might get cited for community guidelines. What a planet. When good planets go nuts. A new reality TV show coming up. When good planets go nuts. I'm sure that, as I mentioned in a post, no aliens would ever come here, would not communicate with any of these humans unless they would simply observe and not make their presence known, because it's impossible for advanced alien, any race that has warped capabilities or travel from one planet to another after all those light years would be evolved, would not have anything to deal with post-barbarian humans. They would simply study them, study all the animals, study the whole planet, and maybe keep an eye on it. I don't know. They would be, their main concern would be, would these humans in future would be a threat to us? I don't know. It's just guessing. Logic. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I got to do some things.